Stop telling your best friend's business to your boyfriend. Just stop. Many of us women have a real issue with running our mouth, gossiping to our boyfriends about our best friends' trials, tribulations, goals, secrets, whatever the case may be. We have a real issue with telling our boyfriends every detail about the next woman. Now, as I sat back and thought about this, I had to really remember the time where one of my dear best friends in the past told her boyfriend something that happened to me. And it just blew my mind of why would she tell him that? So over my course of life, talking to different women, they would tell me stories of what they told their boyfriend about their best friend. And as I'm sitting there listening to it, I'm thinking to myself, why? What do you gain out of that? And as I'm listening, I'm wondering what would cause a woman to want to run her mouth about her best friend to her boyfriend. So let's first start off with why some of us women do this in the first place. The first reason I've sat up here and really thought, examined, researched, was that a lot of us don't have shit to talk about. So we think talking about our best friend is something to talk about. When you ain't got nothing going on in your life, when you don't have no hobbies outside of going to work and spending time with your man, you tend to start gossiping about the people that's closest to you, to your man. And if he is no different than you, his ass will sit up there and listen to you gossiping about people that you love, care about to him. Now, as you're gossiping to your man and telling your best friend all her business and all her woes and trials and tribulations, you're just thinking you shooting the shit like how you would with a woman. But the thing is, you're shooting the shit with your spouse, with your boyfriend. So everything that you're saying to him, he's keeping in his Rolodex of what you could be possibly doing or what you may do in the future. Okay? Listen to what I'm saying. He's taking the information that you're giving him about your best friend, keeping it in his Rolodex for what you may be capable of doing in the future or what you're doing now or what has happened to you. Because like I mentioned before, the old saying goes, a bird of a feather flocks together. Now, some of y'all may be like, what the fuck does that mean? It means this. If y'all are a group of friends, what one friend does most likely is what the other friend is doing or did. So, like I said, you're gossiping, you're running your mouth. You are having like a bonding moment with your spouse. Right? Because gossiping is a little bit of fun, you know? As a woman myself, I love to shoot the shit with people, but I know my limits. I don't sit up there and gossip with my spouse about my best friend. Now, I made a short that really just went straight to the chase, but in this video, I'm going to go deeper into, like I said earlier, why you're doing it. Why you're doing it? Because you ain't got shit else to talk about. Your life is not as exciting as the next woman's life, so you got to sit up here and talk about her life. Now, the thing that a lot of folks or a lot of women don't understand is, let me make this clear. Men do the same thing, because I've had men gossip to me about their best friend and not realize I'm keeping that information in my Rolodex. But we're going to stay on topic about when women do it and how much it backfires even more. So, when you as a woman, you're talking to your boyfriend and you're gossiping, that's what it is. You could be doing a multitude of things to this man's mind, right? In my situation, when I had a friend gossip about me to her man, it made him like me more. It made him want to come and save me. You don't even realize that a good majority of men want to be a savior. So while you telling your man the problems that your best friend is going through, he's thinking of how can he help her. Like, did you not think about that? And then if her issues are so detrimental, he's looking at it as a way as she needs help. You don't need no help. You don't need anything from a man because you got it all. She's the one who needs the saving. So while you may be gossiping just to be shooting the shit, while you may be gossiping to actually throw your best friend under the bus, he is actually building a attraction to her. See, that's what happened with me and my friend. She tried to tell him some stuff that was going on with me, but really, his dick was getting hard hearing the story. Really, he couldn't believe Ryan, me, myself, was going through whatever the fuck I was going through, and he wanted to what? Come save me. You don't know how mad she was when she told me the story, because for some strange reason, a person will actually come tell you what they told their spouse about you. So when she came and told me it, you can hear in her voice, her tone, that she was pissed that he actually felt sad for me. He actually wanted to make things right for me. He wanted to save me. So when she was done telling me the story, I said it back to her. I said, while you over there gossiping to him about my shit, now your dude want to fucking come save me, and he'll never do that for you. She was silent. That scenario or that situation built me and his bond closer than me and her. I didn't even get mad because what she told him, for the fact that he was willing to fix my problem. I bet you she ain't gonna run her mouth no more. Oh, I mean, I had her man so wrapped around my finger from her running her mouth that I will be able to say to her, well, tell him it's for me, and you know he'll do it. I mean, what kind of shit is that? He's willing to do something more for me than he is willing to do for his own girlfriend. For the fact his girlfriend read her mouth about me. Thinking that she's knocking me down one peg, but really, she's building an attraction from her man to me. I'm not lying. Shit like this happens to me. Now, the other result, like I mentioned earlier, is that he's going to take that information that you give him and assume that you are capable of doing that. So if you say your best friend slept with 10 dudes, he's thinking that you're capable of that. If you say your best friend couldn't pay her rent, he's thinking that you are capable of not paying your rent. Whatever you say about your best friend, he's thinking that you are capable of doing. So what do I recommend for women who like to gossip to their men about their best friend? First recommendation is get a life. The faster you find you shit to do, the faster you build a hobby, the faster you will stop gossiping about your best friend. It's just pure point blank. The more shit you got going on with you, the less you tend to talk about other people. That's just what it is. That's just a real legit reality that I know a lot of people don't want to, admit to. But the more, whatever you focus on is what you're going to get more of. So if you focus on gossiping about everybody else, you're going to get more scoop of everybody else's shit. If you focus on handling your business to be a better woman, to get a better career, to have a better body, all those wonderful things, then guess what? You're going to get more of that, right? I'm the queen of focusing on one thing and seeing it get bigger and bigger and bigger due to my focus. So that's one recommendation that you can do if you notice, you know what, Ryan, I do run my mouth to my spouse a lot about my best friend when I know I shouldn't be doing that. Another recommendation, right? If you want to talk about your best friend, you need to talk about the goodness of her. And you need to keep it at minimum. Because even as much as men like to play savior, they still want a woman that's still 10 toes down, right? So if you speak too highly of your best friend, he may want to fuck her. So what is the biggest recommendation? You don't speak nothing of your best friend unless it's a situation that she's legitimately involved with you. Otherwise than that, you have no reason to be speaking on her or him. You have no reason to be doing any of those natures. Now, do men do this? Of course. I've had plenty of men gossip to me about their friend. I have to turn around and say, so what do? You friends with them? You in cahoots with them? So what are you talking about? The difference from when men do it compared to women, that when men do it to women, gossip about their male friends to their girlfriend, the girlfriend somehow mentally don't think her boyfriend won't do that. She just thinks that he's hanging around all these losers and she got to get him away from these bad guys. But when it's a woman discussing her best friend's business to her man, he's not thinking, oh, my girlfriend would never do that. My girlfriend's never been through something like that. He's thinking, what the hell has she been through? What has she allowed? What is she willing to do? So that's the difference. If you want to say, oh, Ryan, men do the same thing. That's the difference with men and women when they do the whole gossip thing. When men gossip about their friends to women, women do honestly believe, oh, only his best friend is going to do that, not him. But when women gossip about their friends to men, oh, they like, oh, what are you capable of doing that? So me personally, I don't gossip about my friends, my sisters, anything like that to a man. If my friends or my sisters come up, they come up in the topic because it has to involve me. Like me saying, oh, me and my best friend went to brunch. Oh, me and my sister went out to a day party. That's where they come up at. Oh, me and my sister are working on X, Y, and Z together. That's when they hear about my sisters or my best friends or my close friends. That's when they hear about that. They don't hear about them as me just shooting the shit and needing something to talk about. You know why they don't? Because I live a fulfilling life that I don't need to do that shit. I can just talk about myself all day. I can talk about my trials and tribulations and everything I've been through. I don't need to talk about the next woman stuff for me and this man to have a conversation, for us to have a bonding moment through gossiping. You know, you need to think highly of yourself and you need to think highly of your friends. And the more that you put your friends in a respectable category, it benefits you. But like I said earlier, you shouldn't be gossiping about your friends to your man any goddamn way. You're creating a multitude of things going on in this man's head and his emotion that you're not even thinking that he's thinking. You can't even imagine that he's thinking that far, because we as women, we tend to think that some reason that men think the same way we think, which is totally not the case. It's not a fact. It's not true. But you need to understand, when you gossip about people that's close to you, it is a reflection of you. You gossip about a coworker, okay, cool. You gossip about that friend that's like long lost, or that friend that you see every 6 times a year or 2-3 times a year, okay, you could do that. But when you gossip about people that's very, very, very close to you, that is a reflection of you. It's just pure point blank. You may not want to believe it. You know, you can ask a man that you're not having a romantic relationship his opinion on this, and he'll tell you the truth. Stop gossiping about the people you love and care about to your man. It's that simple. You need something to talk about yourself. Talk about how he needs to take you on a trip. Talk about how he needs to be upgrading his career. There's so many things you can talk about besides your friends. That may be difficult for a lot of people, but you need to find something to do and stop bothering your friends. Stop talking about your friend's business to your man, because guess what? He's judging you at the end of the day.